What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Dogecoin today at the request of Smooth Operator, with a specific request in mind of you're asking if I think there's going to be a lower low, and I would assume you're talking about like lower than this low. Now, I am on the Bittrex chart. It has the most historical data, but it does not include the last few months that we've had. It actually, you can see it stopped here in December, so it doesn't include January. We just started the month of February on most crypto charts, just not this one. You know, it's got the little thing here because it's no longer with us. This is a deceased chart, but nonetheless, we can see here, you know, our first all-time low that we had, or like significant cycle low, came in May of 2015, right? That was sometime after 2012's halving, and about a year, a little bit over a year before the 2016 halving that was in July. Our next low that we found on our cyclical low came in March of 2020, which was actually only 2 months before the halving. So there's really no comparisons there. To put it in perspective, I guess, let's see here, July 2016, we did continue to go down afterwards, you know, and I do think we'll continue to go down afterwards, but I don't think we're going to form, I'm not convinced that we're going to form a lower low than this as of right now. I think that was the low. As shocking as that is, the reason why it's shocking in my opinion, and starting it off with this, you know, we'll get into the more immediate stuff after this, but from top to bottom, 16 candles, 16 months to find the low. From top to bottom here, it took you 26 candles. I was in denial for so long because I just didn't see 13 months after having the most extraordinary run up percentage-wise that Dogecoin has ever seen, and that a lot of cryptos saw last cycle. Like, that was one of the top performers of the cycle, if not the top performer. The shortest bear market, technically. Yes, it's been moving sideways. We've been in a very long period of accumulation, but I didn't think that we would see that as the low. I very much did expect that we would break lower. But with this, I think it was with the month of November, yeah, that I changed my opinion. It took that higher high to do that, because at this point, you know, if we're looking at the weekly here, at this point, to me, it was really looking like we broke out of this. We were forming a flat base here, and we were going to break down, but we didn't. We got the opposite effect. So I don't see enough momentum as of right now to push us to lower lows. But looking at the chart here, I do think that we go lower than this low, lower than any low in 2024. I've been telling people that I don't plan on buying Dogecoin until it's below 7 cents, and here we are at about 7.8 cents. I do think it's going to go below 7 cents. We could go below 6 cents again. It is possible, but below this low here, like below 5 cents, I just really don't see that as a possibility, or maybe I should say a probability. Low to high here, relative low, relative high. You know, 618, 69 right there at 7.26 to 6.93 cents, somewhere around there. 6.9 cents might be a solid area of support, just because this is Dogecoin. And that's just, you know, that's how it works. 786 to the 886 could be support as well. I do expect the price to go below 7 cents at some point, and that will probably be an ideal area to buy. Now, when I say below 7, will it go to 6 cents? Will it go to 5.9 cents? I don't know. But I do think it goes lower from here. Nonetheless, looking at the weekly, you had a little bounce off the 50, and now last week you closed below it, looking like you're going to continue below it here. I do think you're going lower, but this weekly overall, it's kind of in a bullish posturing, more or less neutral, and that's what should be expected with this sideways movement that we've been having. But all in all, I think we're just in this grand kind of accumulation range, right? If we were to go below this low, barely, probably, but I don't think we are. We're so close. I mean, for Dogecoin, we're really not that close to the time where we would start to pump just yet. We don't normally start to move up for Dogecoin until sometime after the halving, and this is where we can actually go back to our chart over here, right? Hitting on all the things. Go back to the monthly here. That's not what I wanted. There we go. You know, obviously we don't have the data for 2012 or anything like that, but 2016 July was the month of the second halving. We didn't really break out and start moving upwards till 8 months after that. Okay, May of 2020. We didn't really start to, I mean, we started moving up 6 months after that, but we didn't break out of this range until about another 8 months after that. And I mean, arguably same thing. We started to move up here, but we didn't break out till 9 months. So it could be half a year or more, likely more than half a year after the halving that we see Dogecoin start to turn up again, which, that would put us in October or later of this year. It could very well be the beginning of 2025 that Dogecoin starts to move up again. Like seriously starts to move up, like this move, right? Like here you had a month where it was up 38% from open to close, and it went up even higher than that within the month. Sure, we'll see some volatility. Dogecoin will psych people out to the upside and to the downside. But I don't think we're going to see these Doge moves as we've seen, cycle after cycle, until sometime toward the end of this year, if not the beginning of next year, somewhere in that range. But it's going to be some time. So long story short, there is time to accumulate Dogecoin, and I think the very ideal areas to do that would be somewhere below 7 cents. And that's my just genuine thought on the matter. If we look at this, I wonder just real quick. I mean, we could go right below 6 cents there. There is some solid support, based on a closing basis right there. We could hit that line. Again, relative area of accumulation. Could kind of fake people out and make it look like a descending triangle, which is what I kind of thought we were in for, not this look, but like right here. I thought we were in, but we broke out of that. Hit that line again, and then it's off to the races. Well, then maybe it's not off to the races. Maybe we accumulate more, and then it's off to the races. But I wonder. Let's see. That's not the top. That's the top. Yeah, we could go right below 6 cents, man. There's solid support down there as well. Or just above it. Yeah, somewhere in that area. But as far as lower lows go, this has been a drawn-out video to answer a very simple question. I don't think we'll see lower lows. I would be happy. I would be enthralled, man. I would love it. I would so much love it if Dogecoin saw lower lows, but we just don't. It's not common for Dogecoin to do. I mean, yes, here you kind of had a flash crash down before moving up, and in the previous cycle you didn't really. You just kind of continued to move sideways. You moved down a little bit after the halving, sure, but I don't know. I just don't. I personally don't expect that we'll see prices lower than that. So I hope that answers your question. If you like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. Yeah, man. Good things for Dogecoin in the future for sure. I do expect Dogecoin to be worth multiple dollars by the end of the cycle. If that is the low, assuming that's the low. If not, these numbers up here, the extensions, the price targets for new all-time highs, they only grow, right? The lower that line goes, the higher these lines go, right? This line goes down, these lines go up. You can see, right? Down, they go up. So a lower low than that would actually be more bullish all in all for the market cycle. But anywhere from $1.60 to $4.13 by the end of the cycle is absolutely possible. And yes, this would be a very high market cap of like $600 billion. But as crazy as it sounds, man, I think Dogecoin could achieve that, especially with all the simplicities and inner workings that it has. With X.com and Elon Musk, and I mean Mark Cuban even likes it. You guys know Mark Cuban, right? Like a lot of people. Some people might not like him, some people do, but I would say he's a fairly respected billionaire, right? A lot of people think he's got business sense, he's business savvy. He has gone on record to say that he thinks Dogecoin is better than Cardano. Okay. And I agree. I very much do agree. It's definitely better than the dollar. A lot of people want to talk about Dogecoin like it's got an infinite supply. It's inflationary. It's inflationary at less of an inflationary rate than the dollar ever could be. And as time goes on, its inflationary rate is deflationary. So the rate of inflation is deflationary. The rate of inflation goes down every single year. There will always be a rate of inflation, always. But the rate of that inflation goes down year after year because as those Dogecoins get added, the rate of inflation doesn't keep up with the Dogecoins. It's a set amount of Dogecoins that gets mined every year. It's not a percentage amount. That it is a percentage amount, but that percentage amount gets smaller because it's a set amount of coins. I hope that makes sense. But I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm trying to say. I don't know if you know what I'm trying to say. But what I am trying to say, all in all, is that I think the price will be worth several dollars. I'm personally expecting prices to be above $3, potentially even above $4 by the end of the cycle. Anything, around $1 to $2, in my opinion, is child's play. I think we're absolutely going to break $2. So that's it, man. I don't think we're going lower than that. No, I do think we'll go lower than these prices here. I do think we'll go below 7 cents, maybe even below 6 cents. And that's where I'll be buying for the long term. But I probably won't buy, if you stuck around this long, I'll just kind of share my strategy. I know I've talked about this a few times with Dogecoin, but I'll go over it again. Because I don't personally expect Dogecoin to do moves like this until later this year or sometime next year. I do think it'll be up by the end of this year. I would expect that it is up a little bit from its current price. Sure, maybe it's down, but more likely, in my opinion, it'll be up from its current price. Probably not by too much though. And however much it's up, I think there will be other cryptos that are up more. So here's my strategy with Dogecoin: is I'm putting money into other cryptos that I think will go up more rapidly in a shorter amount of time, like in the more immediate term, throughout like the beginning and the middle and even like the third quarter of this year. And then I'm going to take those gains, not all of them, but I'm going to take a good bit of those gains and put them into Dogecoin before Dogecoin really takes off. That's what I'm going to do, and kind of double down on it that way, because I do expect Dogecoin to see some phenomenal growth. I was talking about $4 even. Here we are at basically 8 cents. I very much do expect phenomenal growth. Even at $2, that's still phenomenal growth in a very short amount of time. I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that we're anywhere near that happening right now. So it's going to take time, and that's really all I got to say. So if you like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you all for coming, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.